Audio test complete. 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 Audio test complete.
Hello everybody and welcome to Filbert Flies. I'm Filbert and this afternoon we are going to be flying Vueling flight 8527 from Gothenburg Landvetter to Barcelona El Prat Airport. So here we are parked up in Gothenburg at stand 11. Vueling being a low-cost carrier, it seems quite common for them not to get a jetway, which is a shame, but you know, the jetways aren't operable here anyway. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay. I've had another bit of a mad rush to get set up for this. Not that you'd ever know from the swift start, but yeah, bit of a rush. And I have to be done by 4:30 at the latest because I'm on night. So we'll make a start. As always, I'm using flight crew A320 for the first officer and cabin stuff. So we'll start the pre-flight events on there.
Let's start setting up, shall we?
And I'm going to see if we can get some air stairs over to the aircraft. Some add-on airports allow you to do it, others don't, but let's have a little look. No, we can't. I don't think. Oh, ramp connection. That is airstairs, isn't it, I think, in this? Let's see. No ramp is available. Oh well, never mind. So up on the overhead panel, I've got us connected to external power. I've got the ADs aligned. I've got all the white lights extinguished, so the fuel pumps are on. Our emergency exit lights are armed. And our, what was the other thing? Crew oxygen supply is armed as well. Nav and logo lights are on because we are connected to power. Just turn up the overhead integrated lights a little bit. And we'll come down to the MCDU and start setting up. So I've planned this flight using SimBrief and imported it into the sim through the world map menu, so we already have our from and to airports down here. Just need to put in our flight number, which is VY8527. Our cost index, which is going to be 15, not 25, 15. And our cruising flight level, which is flight level 340 today, as per our plan. So that's that done. We can go over to the flight plan page and we'll set up for our departure. We're expecting a Vadin to Juliet departure, I believe. Yeah, but we'll update that once we've got our clearance. So first things first, we'll listen to the ATIS, find out what the weather's doing here.
Information Golf, 1250 Zulu, winds are 127 at 5 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 1,300 broken. Temperature 6, dew point 3. Current QNH is 1030. Arriving and departing runway 21. Landvetter information.
Okay, so
Golf,
pretty much as planned, we'll be taking off from runway 21. QNH is 1 off in the sim, but that's not too bad. So we will get our clearance. Vueling 8527, ready to copy IFR clearance. Vueling 8527, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Vueling 8527, contact clearance delivery on 121.67. Have a good afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Contact clearance delivery on 121.67 Vueling 8527.
That's a bit of a shame. Normally it auto-tunes the frequency you want. It's done it now. Because I can't be doing with looking at frequencies and flying the plane, you know. Okay, right, let's try again. Vueling 8527, ready to copy IFR clearance.
8527 is cleared to Lima Echo Bravo Lima, fly the VADI2J departure, with the Vadin transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 21. Climb to flight level 050 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4130.
8527 is cleared to Lima Echo Bravo Lima, fly the VADI2J departure, with the Vadin transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 050 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4130 Vueling 8527.
So this is a very easy departure route. We're going to be taking off from runway 21 and we're going to be making a slight left turn, then a right turn out over the sea to Vadin.
QNH is 1030.
Hello Darius, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you.
6 Vueling 8527.
Right, so we've got our clearance. We can double check that's all correct in our flight plan page, and it should be runway 21, Vadin to Juliet. And now we can go over to our init B page. We'll click here and click again to input the zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight center of gravity. Block fuel today is 11.9 tons. Quite heavy. Herbie Zoid, hello, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you. 4130 was it? Oh yes, I think you're right. 4130. Thank you very much. Hello Kafel, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Right, now we can move on to our performance page. Now I've calculated our V-speeds before I started. We're doing a flex takeoff with a temperature of 48 degrees. We'll be doing using flaps 1. Hello LDR in flight, good afternoon to you too. And our V-speeds are 145. Hello Pablo, welcome, nice to see you. 153 and 154. Transition altitude will be on the SID chart, and it is 5,000. Thrust reduction and acceleration altitude will be 2,000 and 3,500. Good. So that is us pretty much set up here. We'll start the APU because boarding will commence soon. It's only 6 degrees in Gothenburg at the moment, so they'll be chilly if we don't get them some aircon going. CAFL, yes, I sometimes do. I sometimes use VATSIM. On these streams, I use Pilot to ATC, which is an offline ATC add-on. There's a quick start guide to it on my YouTube channel, which you'll find in the tutorials playlist. It's quite good. It's certainly better than the default ATC. It's obviously not as realistic as using VATSIM or iVal, but the advantage of it is, well, there are 2 advantages really. One, I find it a lot less stressful, and 2, you've got ATC wherever you fly, and obviously VATSIM is very dependent on which controllers are online, and you can just be on your own for large parts of the flight. Right, so I'm going to fast forward the pre-flight events a little bit because we do want to get going.
The security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, you can start boarding.
Okay.
And because we've got everything set up in the cockpit, we can run the before start checklist down to the line.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On and auto.
ADOs.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1029 set.
1029 set. Down to the line.
Yes, I'm very much... Oh, hello, Dazza. I missed your message. Good afternoon to you too. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to the A380. I was saying, you know, we've had a lot of promises of A380s in previous sims, and they haven't materialised. But I think fly-by-wire can be trusted. I don't think they'd have made that announcement if they didn't have a lot of confidence that they'd be able to complete it. And given what they've done with this aircraft, I share in their confidence, to be honest. What haven't I done? I haven't put the V-speeds into... Oh yes, I have. I've already done that. So with Flight Crew A380... got A380s on the brain now. Flight Crew A320, the FS2 crew add-on, you have to input your V-speeds in the settings panel before you start. Yeah, I've always got a pen and paper ready when I'm flying on VATSIM. Hello, Samsonite as well. Nice to see you. So I'll give you a quick look around while passengers are boarding. Beautiful airport this. Ah, we've got a Ryanair flight over there. I forgot to turn off my labels, didn't I? I'll do that quickly. When I do my group flights, I like to have labels on. All the rest of the time, I like to have them off, and I never remember to change between the two. Traffic nameplates off. There we are. You're back at the gym. I'm impressed with your commitment, Samsonite. Yes, I am really close to the cargo terminal. Yeah, I always look on Flight Radar 24 for where the flight I'm doing departs from, and it seems to be gate 11 or stand 11, I should say, most of the time. So that's why we're over here. No, we're not a cargo flight. No, we are a Vueling passenger flight today. Right, we'll fast forward the pre-flight events because there's no point hanging around here. Time are we on? 13:04, so we want to be taking off at 1:15, so...
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
No problem, have a safe flight.
APU is online now, so we'll turn on the APU bleed, turn off external power.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. As you locate your assigned seats, please place your smaller items under the seats in front of you to provide more room for larger items.
Would be nice if these air stairs could be animated and connect to your aircraft, but I haven't seen that with any add-on scenery yet, so...
Please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also review the safety instruction in your seat pocket. If you're
so never mind.
Seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yep.
Thanks, let me know if you need anything.
Will do, thank you. Right, let's make a little welcome announcement to the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello to you from the flight deck. This is the captain speaking. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you aboard our flight today. Lovely to have you with us and nice to see some of our frequent flyers as well. Just a note about our seatbelt policy. Whilst the signs are illuminated, please do ensure that your seatbelt is fastened. Once we get airborne, I do anticipate we'll be able to turn the seatbelt sign off, at which point you'll be free to get up and move about the cabin. However, we would advise that whilst you are seated, you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible just in case of any unexpected lumps and bumps. Have an excellent cabin crew team on board with us today. They shortly will be showing you a video briefing you on the safety features and procedures for this Airbus aircraft. Would ask that even if you are a frequent flyer, you do pay close attention to that briefing, as every aircraft is slightly different. Thanks very much once again. I'll leave you in peace for now and hand you over to the cabin crew for that demonstration, and we'll be on our way very shortly. Thank you.
Right, so we're just waiting. The door's now closed. So we'll get our pushback and start clearance and get on our way. Landvetter ground, Vueling 8527, ready for pushback and engine start.
8527, pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved. Vueling 8527.
Cabin crew, arm slides and cross-check, please.
Right, so we'll turn our beacon on. And we'll do the before start checklist below the line. Yes, I think Gyro and Orbex's sceneries are... I don't know, they've got some tough competition from Fly Tampa and FS Dream Team. But certainly all the ones I've got I've been very pleased with. And yeah, Nagasaki's brilliant.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
So again, using pushback A320, we want to turn left. Sorry, pushback express, I should say. We want to turn left, and I've measured the distance, should be about 50 meters. So we'll get them underway. With
Cockpit
the
to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Understood. Release the parking brakes, please.
Hello, Zanis. Good. I thought of you when I was planning this.
Pushing back.
The tug doesn't want to play with us today. But never mind.
All ground equipment is clear. You can start the engines at your discretion.
Okay. Engine mode selected to start.
Starting engine 1.
Oh, there's that Ryanair. Didn't spot him there. So rare that you see AI traffic that just don't think to look out for them. This route is about 3 hours, Zanis. Am I pronouncing your name right? I'm sure I pronounced it multiple different ways on the group flight, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I like the Vueling livery. I flew back with them from Barcelona
The
last time
push
I
is
was there,
complete.
actually.
Please set the brakes.
Parking brake set.
And I was pretty impressed with them for a budget
Okay,
airline.
so the ground
Good.
equipment is removed and the pin is out. Good engine starts from down here, and I see you on the right hand side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks, have a good flight, and we'll see you later.
Starting engine 2.
No, that's default live traffic in Microsoft Flight Simulator, Samsonite.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today.
Lucas, thank you for the subscription.
Please
Welcome to the
direct your
channel.
attention to the cabin crew for important safety information. There is an instruction card in your seat
So we're just
pocket
waiting for
that
engine 2 to
illustrates the
start
safety
now.
equipment on board this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, the lighted information signs and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by
Absolutely.
pressing the metal tip
There are a
into
lot
the
of good
buckle.
routes from Barcelona
Tighten by
with
pulling on the
Vueling.
belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap of the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seating. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an
Okay, so once this engine stabilises, as it has now, we've got the available indication. That's a new thing in the latest A320NX update. We'll turn the engine mode selector to normal, turn off the APU bleed and the APU, and set our nose light to taxi. And we can do the after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Pitch trim should be, I did make a note of this, 24%, so let's just do that quickly.
Your life jacket is located under your seat. Tighten the straps, and once outside the aircraft, pull on the tabs.
That's about 24%.
25% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
And we'll wait for the first officer to do his flight control check. Okay, and we'll get our taxi clearance. Landvetter ground, Vueling 8527, ready to taxi.
8527 taxi to runway 21 via taxiway Zulu, Foxtrot, Yankee, hold short runway 21.
Taxi to runway 21 via taxiway Zulu, Foxtrot, Yankee, hold short runway 21 Vueling 8527.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
And because it's such a short taxi, we'll get the cabin crew ready for takeoff now. We'll test our takeoff config. Oops. And the only thing we've left to do is set the auto brake to max.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
V1, 1, 4, 5, VR, 1, 5, 3, V2, 1, 5, 4.
V1, 1, 4, 5, VR, 1, 5, 3, V2, 1, 5, 4, ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to properly liveried AI traffic. I don't even mind if the current live traffic stays as it is, but just has proper liveries. But yeah, and proper models. Hello, Mbekmon. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you.
Vueling 8527, contact tower on 118.6. Have a good afternoon.
Tower on 118.6, Vueling 8527.
Tower, Vueling 8527, ready for departure, runway 21.
8527, winds are 127 at 5 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 21.
Cleared for takeoff.
So, cleared for takeoff,
Runway
landing
21,
lights on,
Vueling 8527.
nose lights takeoff, strobes on. And we can run the before takeoff checklist below the line.
Below the line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Packs.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
I'm still waiting on a replacement, just the Thrustmaster joystick at the moment.
Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Right, so auto brake to max. Weather radar on, predictive wind shear on, transponder to TARA. And let's go. Thrust levers to about 50%. Engine stable. Up to flex.
Man flex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set. $100 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
And we'll turn the autopilot on.
AP1.
Check.
And we're off. Alright, Sam's nice. See you soon.
7 climbs and maintain flight level 120. Contact Malmo control on 118.0. Good day.
Thrust levers back to the climb detent.
Flight level 120, center on 118.0, Vueling 8527. Center Vueling 8527, climbing to flight level 120.
What a glorious day.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Sorry, I've missed quite a lot of messages. I will get back to them once I've got my flaps up and everything.
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
And because we've been cleared to a flight level, we can set our barometric pressure to standard, so we'll do that now.
Set standard.
Standard, cross-checked, passing flight level 042. Now.
Check. Below the line.
Baro ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff checklist complete.
Right, what have I missed? Let me scroll up a minute. About joystick stock, yeah, there's still a huge delay, isn't there? Oh, they're closing T2 because of Corona. Interesting. Do I have Europe liveries for Europe? Or you can see all the liveries like Spirit? Yeah, you can see them all at the moment. So I've only got a very small number of liveries installed at the moment for the A320, but they do appear all over the world, unfortunately. I don't have custom wing views, Mark. No, I don't know how to do it. I've only got the default, and I barely look at it. It's where is it? It's somewhere under quick view, isn't it? I think that is something I should look into, though. Is it that one? No, that's cockpit. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. Is it under external? Or is it under showcase? Ah, yes, showcase 12. No, there we are. There's one. Not a custom wing view, a default one, but gives you a little look anyway. But I will at some point work on getting some custom wing views sorted. Tell you what, I'll close this. Be a better view.
Vueling 8527, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, Vueling 8527.
So, continuing our climb. Ah, which is my favourite airport in real life, Cathal? Oh, I'm quite a big fan of Seoul Incheon Airport because it's a great place to change planes. You can have a shower, they've got entertainment, it's quite calm, there's places to have a sleep. So yeah, I think that's probably my favourite. Oh, Cathal, tell me. I'd like to know that. And in the meantime, I will tell you a little bit about our routing today. So we're currently coasting out just south of Gothenburg. We'll be flying over Denmark, over Odense, and then over northern Germany near Kiel, crossing over into the Netherlands along the north coast, flying very close to Amsterdam, just to the east of it, and then we'll be making a left turn to head slightly more south over Belgium and France. We'll be flying overhead Paris on the way, and then all the way across France near the east coast, near Perpignan, into Spain, and then descending into Barcelona. Just increase our range a little bit. Barcelona is a nice airport, Zanis, I agree. And of course, being your home airport, you're always going to have a soft spot for it. Heathrow I quite like. I mean Heathrow because it's sort of...
8527, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Excuse me a minute. Heathrow has some good bits and some bad bits. Terminal 5's good, Terminal 2 is good, the rest of it's a bit rubbish. But it's obviously an exciting place because it's where I almost always depart from if I'm going to somewhere far-flung and exotic. Thanks, LDR. Okay. Oh, I see. So you basically get sort of an add-on manager which just moves liveries in and out depending on where you're flying. That's quite a good idea. I just think it really should be possible by now. Oh, let's turn the seatbelts off, shall we? They deserve to walk around a bit. Landing lights can go off as well because we're above 10,000 feet. What was I saying? Can't remember. Oh yeah, liveries. We should be able, before long, I think, to get liveries matched to the actual aircraft, because the simulator knows which airline an aircraft belongs to. So surely it's just a question of matching that up with some kind of descriptor in the livery file. It shouldn't be that hard. But Asobo do keep saying they're still contacting airlines to try and get licensing for their liveries, so it might become a default thing one of these days. That's what I wanted to do. Bit of drone action. Yeah, it's closer, isn't it? It's closer to real life, but not quite there yet. How's the weather in Barcelona at the moment, Zanis? I haven't checked it. Yes, that's a good start, isn't it? But what if you want to fly from Europe to America?
VY8527 contact Copenhagen Control on 119.42. Good day.
Center on 119.42, Vueling 8527. Center Vueling 8527 climbing to flight level 280. Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact. Vueling 8527, climb and maintain flight level 340. Climb and maintain flight level 340, Vueling 8527.
Up to flight level 340. So this is the eastern edge of Denmark up here. Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, hello Alejandro, nice to see you. Glad you're enjoying it. Welcome to the stream. Well, I suppose I can cope with the odd European livery if I do cross the pond. I'm considering doing a long-haul flight to celebrate 1,000 subscribers when assuming I get there. And I thought I might do Heathrow to Chicago, something like that anyway. Probably in the 787. It's going to be a long slog, but hopefully we can have a bit of a chat on the way. It might be quite good fun. I am indeed flying with the Vueling livery, yes. This is a real-world flight. This is Vueling 8527. Which recently has departed in the evening, but it used to depart at 14:15 local, which is what we're doing today.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll begin our meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and for the beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear to assist the flight attendants to serve you efficiently and also for your own safety. Thank you.
Yeah, the reviews are really what's doing it. I think in Beaumont, people are subscribing in their droves, which is lovely to see. But I wasn't expecting it all to happen this quickly, so I don't have a great plan yet for what I'm going to do to celebrate 1,000 subs. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I've missed a couple more messages. Cathal, I've noticed that you can see the skyline of the photogrammetry cities. This is because of the graphic cities. Graphic settings, you mean? I think it must be, yeah. I think it must be. So the next review video I'm going to release is San Jose, Orbex San Jose, and that will probably come out, depending on what kind of a night shift I have tonight. It might get done tomorrow. I've made a little start on it. And after that I think we'll look at Cologne-Bonn. But there's been a huge number of releases. There's 4 Polish airports that have come out that I'd like to have a look at. So I'm getting a bit of a backlog building up at the moment. But really, I enjoy these live streams more. A bit more interactive, a bit more fun. And of course, that is why we're all here, isn't it? To fly, you know, not to just look around sceneries. Where did you see that I could see the skyline, Cathal? Was it on this flight? I don't think we've passed a photogrammetry city, have we? Oh, really? That's good to know. That's good to know. I won't rush to buy them then. Oh, Miami, yeah. I don't know, because I've never really seen other people's setups, but I do have most things set to ultra, so that could explain it. That and the draw distance. Malin Barnhart, thank you for the subscribing. Nice to see you on my stream. So I haven't updated the A320NX today, but I noticed on my last flight that the crossfeed is on, which it shouldn't be, but if you turn it off you lose an engine. So little top tip for anyone who uses this mod, for the time being, if the crossfeed's on, leave it on. Where am I from? I'm from London, London, UK. Oh, thank you, LD. That's very nice of you to say. Thanks. No, I haven't done a review of Vienna. No, I got that one before I started doing reviews, and I've sort of been concentrating on the new things that come out, but I might at some point. If there's ever a lull in releases, I'll go back to Vienna, and I might do a couple of other airports. I've got like London City and what's the other one that I bought right near the beginning? Denver. I haven't reviewed Denver either. Good. Do most people get it wrong then? I may have got your name right, but I could barely get the sentence out. I think I said thank you for the subscribing. So, no, I'm not a real life pilot, Desiree. I do have a little bit of flying experience. I was working towards my PPL for a short period. I've got about 12 hours, I think, in a Cessna 152, but unfortunately I had to give it up, but I'd like to go back to it at some point. I didn't know Aerosoft were doing Athens. That is good. I'll definitely pick that one up. And Gaia are doing a lot, yeah, Munich and Zurich, but they also released those flags, didn't they? So they're sort of a little teaser of the countries of the airports they're releasing. I can't remember what they all were, but they're definitely doing a UK airport of some sort as well. And I'm very much hoping it'll be Gatwick, because we really need a decent Gatwick. Hello, little Jenny, nice to see you. Must be early where you are. Yes, back at it, back at it. Yeah, airliner flying is where my heart is, really. I mean, I do love these group flights we're doing. They're a lot of fun. But there's still nothing quite like taking off and then 3 hours later and ending up somewhere completely different. I never used to do any VFR flying until this Microsoft Flight Simulator came along, because there was nothing worth looking at on the ground. So yeah, this is what I know better, really. There is a nice freeware Gateway. Do you know, I've downloaded it and I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet. But yeah, the pictures looked amazing. So that'll be yeah, that'll be good. And the what's the handcrafted Asobo Heathrow isn't too bad at all either. So we got that. We've got a Luton, which is alright from UK 2000. So maybe Stansted then, depending on how good Gatwick is, or Manchester. I'm not that interested in Stansted until we get a 737, because obviously it's a huge Ryanair base, and yeah, they only fly the 737. So it'd be nice if we had a Stansted by then. Shall we have a little bit of music? Just some nice quiet background stuff I think might be nice. Ah, it's a nice way to start the day. this. No, I have to say that's one of the things I love about airline flying. I don't tend to bother with trivia. Just a little bit of information about the route, you know, the direction we're flying. We're overhead Odense at the moment, which is the 3rd largest city in Denmark, I think. So I did know that. One little fact. Yeah, Stansted's my local as well, actually. But it's quite, I don't know what you think, I think it's quite a boring airport. Like, even if there was a really good scenery of it, you've essentially got a terminal with 3 fairly bland piers sticking out of it and not a lot going on. But it's certainly a useful airport. Yeah, this is why I've not flown to Paris on any of my streams. I tried it out and it's very resource hogging. And a couple of the ILSs don't work apparently as well. So is there anything, I'm going to ask this question, I'm not necessarily going to take your suggestions, but I'm curious, is there anything that you would particularly like to see in terms of a stream to celebrate 1,000 subscribers? Something a bit different to the normal A320 flights I do. Yeah, it's a beautiful cloud layer below. Barrel roll. Yeah, it's not very me. Yeah, transatlantic is what I was thinking, but I was also thinking, how interesting will that be for people? I think most people will come for the takeoff and pop back for the landing. And I've got to be honest, when I'd normally do transatlantic flights, that's what I do as well. I leave it on autopilot, I go and get on with a few bits and come back for the landing. But yeah, that is sort of top of my list. Maybe Heathrow to Chicago, something like that. 24-hour stream, no. No, I'll do that when I make my first £1,000 from the stream, Dazza, but not for 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, it's an interesting idea, Pablo. Yeah, that's definitely something I'll think about. It's not something I've done a lot of, so I'd have to do some learning and some practicing. Yeah, the 747 is just still a bit too rubbish, I think, Jenny. I think. But that is a flight I used to do an awful lot when we had a proper 744. Oh no! Which sim was that in, MBake Mom? Yeah, I thought you probably weren't, does it? Hello Illuminex. Would I recommend PackX from MSFS? I haven't used it. A few people have urged me to try it. A lot of people love it. I just don't think it's my thing. I'm not that interested in what pretend passengers think of me. I suppose that's the reality. I've got cabin announcements and things in Flight Crew A320. So I don't think for me it would add much value. But I know people who do use it swear by it, so it's if you fancy it, give it a go. Oh right, yeah. I've had many long-haul flights ruined in FSX because of, both because of me crashing and because of the sim crashing. The welcome announcement at the gate wasn't me, Andrea. It was the Flight Crew A320 captain's voice. So you can use it for your flight. You just have to buy Flight Crew A320. That's not a bad idea, LDR. Yeah. Okay, Des, I'll see you later on. At the moment we are listening to Cora Z, or Corazea, Corazea. It's an album of hers. And this song is called Celestial Siren. The last one was called Pyramid Train. We're overhead Germany now, near a city called Syrup. Yeah, I think there's an element of not wanting to know how good or bad my landings are at Mom as well, if I'm honest. You're welcome, Happiness Couture. And welcome to the stream, by the way. I'm using the dev version of the A320NX mob. I haven't updated it since yesterday, and they do update it very frequently, so I don't know if it's the latest. Yeah, it's a grey livery, isn't it? I agree. So Vueling, for those of you who don't know, is like the low-cost arm of Iberia, the Spanish flag carrier. And I flew with them back from Barcelona last year before, and I was quite impressed. Did you finish watching the latest group flight, Jenny? really? I didn't know that, Cathal. That's interesting. Unfortunately, this is one of the old liveries which messes up when you want to change. So I had to use the workaround of going into dev mode and doing this and that, which is one of the reasons why I was in a bit of a rush starting the stream. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Most people prefer the airline stuff, but I really enjoy the group flights as well.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Yeah, I agree. Barcelona is really good. And I'm very pleased because I wasn't a big fan of their Miami add-on. And I hate doing reviews where I have to be critical, if I'm honest. I'd much rather be impressed with everything. But they've definitely upped their game since then with Barcelona. Yeah, I do spend quite a lot of time on flightsim.to, but I don't think this is where I got this mod from. I think I just Googled it. The livery mod, I mean. But yeah, we'll check there next time. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like hearing about people watching these after the event. It's very strange because I've only been doing YouTube for 2.5 months, something like that. And I look at my viewing figures and I watch them sort of increase. And there's something very satisfying about knowing that people are watching what you're doing at almost any hour of the day. It's nice. So where have you flown to lately, Jenny? Do you have a sort of a base that you fly from, or do you chop and change a bit? So we're back over the open seas again at the moment. Oh yeah, no, I'm not afraid of being critical where it's necessary. I just prefer when it isn't necessary, if you know what I mean. I've yet to find a perfect airport that I've had nothing to criticise about. That's true, that's true. I'm sure it is useful to them. Small yellow blinking traffic lights. No, I can't picture them. Are they at a specific airport or all over the place? Put a little bit of anti-ice on to be on the safe side, this being MSFS. Honestly, I got so much stick for showing snow in Miami. It's unbelievable. People were really put out by it. And I know it doesn't really snow in Miami, but it has. It's not unheard of. And with climate change, you know, could happen any day. Oh, right, On Air sounds good. There was some other sort of career program that someone recommended I check out. I've written it down somewhere. But yeah, I am quite tempted by that sort of thing. No. One thing that's a pain is getting the right gate. I've never found a gate with no power so far, touch wood. But yeah, there are a lot that don't have a ramp, or you can't call a pushback tug or what have you. And that is annoying. Oh, Barcelona. No, I'll have a look on approach. Is there a specific runway that they're at? Or is it all of them? Oh, there's a lot of fun to be had flying light GA. These clouds ahead don't look great, do they? I might ask for a climb. Bremen Centre, Vueling 8527, request climb to flight level 360.
8527, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, Vueling 8527.
This always baffles me, the fact that the estimated times of arrival are so random. Don't know how that could have ended up in this sim, but anyway. No biggie, but it's a bit odd. Oh, the Cirrus is a lovely plane. Yeah. If they brought out a payware Cirrus SR22, I would snap that up. Yeah. That's what insurance is for, right? So we're just coming in over the Frisian Islands at the moment, just north of Hamburg. Quite a long way west of Hamburg as well, but closer in fact to Oldenburg, if that means anything to anyone. We're rapidly heading for the Dutch coast. Yeah, it's amazing what they've done. They've got the, well, in this version, the big thing that I've noticed is that they now have the ATSU data links set up. So you can actually request the METAR data for your departure and destination airports and any other airports that you want in here. So you just click send. To be honest, I forgot all about this on departure. But then you go down there, wait for a message to come in, and it'll alert you up here when you have a new message. And then you've got your weather. I will, Keffel. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I was surprised there wasn't a Vueling livery in the mega pack, to be honest. But I couldn't find one, hence why I had to go scouting elsewhere. So there we are, we've got company message displayed. And it hasn't automatically updated, but we go back to receive messages. We've got our meta. Here's the weather at Gothenburg, which is pretty close to what it was on departure, and our weather in Barcelona. No clouds, very nice. Temperature of 19, oh perfect. This is why you fly from Gothenburg to Spain. Progress page work, yeah. Not really. So up here we would expect our cruising altitude to display here, our optimal altitude here, and our recommended maximum altitude here, but that doesn't work just yet. Yeah, I know what you mean. We do need more steam gauge planes. No, I don't have any custom wing views, Mark. I don't know how to do it. It's the sad truth. I think it involves editing a file. But we can have a look at the default wing view if you'd like. And it is something I'll look at. I would like to have custom wing views.
Vueling 8527 contact Amsterdam Center on 119.17. Good day.
Oh, thanks, Keffel. I'll go and have a look. I'll go and have a look after this flight, because I think we will be doing some more Vueling flights. Oh, you're from Barcelona, Mark. Awesome. Beautiful city. I wish I was flying there for real rather than in the sim, to be honest. Right, I'll check out YouTube. I will, I'll do it. I've just had, honestly, I've been going to work, I've been coming home and doing reviews, a little bit of flying here and there, but I just haven't had a chance. But it's on my list of things to do. Look at those clouds though. Stunning. So we've got 1 hour and 52 minutes left to run to our destination. Just over a third of the way into the flight. And we've just crossed the border between Germany and the Netherlands. Coming up to Groningen, which we'd be able to see over the right hand side if it wasn't for all these clouds. Beautiful cat, by the way, Mark. Is that yours? Oh no, your whole backpack! That is bad. I do remember there being quite a lot of pickpocketing there. Someone tried to pickpocket my friend at the one of the metro stations. But it's still a stunning place. Very high on the list of places I would move to if ever I wanted to leave London. is a really unpleasant thing to happen on holiday. Sorry to hear it. Good grief, what, they brought a fake backpack with them and swapped it for yours? Is that what you're saying? It's incredible. Iceberg Hentona, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Bet it wasn't. So these clouds are just spectacular, aren't they? I've never done this sort of drone flying before, getting away from the aircraft and just looking down, but they're quite awe-inspiring. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I can forgive the live weather for not being perfectly accurate when it looks like this. Yeah, I have had the clouds. What was it I was doing? Oh, it was a flight yesterday I did, and the clouds looked really rubbish. It was sort of a thin, high layer of cirrus clouds, and they were very pixelated and odd looking. But more often than not, they look really good, I think. Yeah, they've always been 2D to some extent. So I haven't really, I've used X-Plane a tiny bit, but I've mostly flown Microsoft Flight Simulators since 1995 onwards. And yeah, clouds have always looked 2D. You sort of fly through them and they disappear around you. Even in Prepared, which wasn't bad with a couple of weather add-ons, they never looked anything as near as good as this. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Considering we're only 3 months in, it's there's very little to complain about in the grand scheme of things, isn't there? Right, I'm just going to step away for a few minutes. I'll be monitoring the chat off and on. I need to get a few things ready for work, unfortunately, so I'll be back shortly. Yeah, and US as well, Caffo. I think the US is the first one. Coming quite soon. Can't remember when exactly. Anyway, I will see you momentarily.
8527 contact Brussels Center on 125.0. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 125.0 Vueling 8527. Center Vueling 8527 at flight level 360.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Hello everybody, I'm back. Intended Chaos, welcome, nice to see you. Yeah, it's very restful, isn't it, watching a plane from outside? Have I missed anything important? I take it not, considering the plane's still in the sky. Okay, so we're with Brussels control now. And we're about halfway across Belgium. And then we'll be crossing over into France. It's got 9.5 tons of fuel still on board. I'm just going to compare that with my flight plan. So DENOX. Let's see. Should have 7.6 tons. Oh, so we're doing very well. That is, of course, for an A320 CEO rather than for the Neo, which is more fuel efficient. I'm doing very well, Intended Chaos. I'd be doing slightly better if I didn't have to do a night shift later, but generally all right. How are you? Alright, which part of the world are you in, if you don't mind me asking? And where are you flying to? Alright, cool, cool. Must be spring there, right? Coming into spring. In fact, I'm going to have a little look at what the weather is like in Sydney, I'm curious. Don't know if you can add an additional airport in here yet. You should be able to. Let's try it.
Vueling 8527, contact Paris Center on 126.47. Good day.
Center on 126.47, Vueling 8527.
I think we can safely turn off the anti-ice.
Center Vueling 8527 at flight
Yeah, look at
level
that.
360.
17 degrees, not bad at all.
527, good afternoon.
That's after sunset. Hey, that's good. I'm pleased. Yeah, I've got a GTX 1080 Ti, and that's overclocked, and I've got most things on Ultra, so yeah, it does perform well with slightly older hardware, I think. So we're just crossing the border into France now, near a town called Douchy-les-Mines, which we may or may not be able to see down below, just over our right wing. No, not clear to me at all where it is. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. must be painful, Tim. That must be painful. It'll be a good Christmas, though, eh? Well, I'm very glad to be able to tide you over, Tim. I hope you'll continue getting your fix from time to time with me once, even after Santa has come, but yeah. I used to run P3D on a Mac with Boot Camp, and it wasn't great, but it was workable. That's very good of you, intending chaos. Yeah. A lot of people making sacrifices at the moment, aren't there? Oh, that'll be good, Dazza. That'll be good. $31. Yeah, see, I would quite like to upgrade my graphics card at some point, but I don't really know what to. I don't think I need to just yet, but perhaps when we get complex aircraft, that might be the time to do it. So if you'd like to contribute to help me upgrade my graphics card, there is always the donation link, which you can find in the YouTube description. I very rarely mention it, but it is there. I think I'm getting a new chair for Christmas, that's what I've asked for. Something more comfortable to sit on when I'm flying. Don't have room for a proper gaming chair or anything like that, but what I'm on at the moment is very hard and uncomfortable. My fault, I bought the wrong chair when I didn't anticipate spending hours on end in front of the computer. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. Not as exciting as a whole new system, of course, but Tim Ulsob, thank you ever so much. £5 donation. You're very welcome. And I will keep going till Christmas and beyond. Thank you. Much appreciated. Dazza! That's incredibly generous. Well, I'm going to start mentioning this link more. Thank you ever so much. I really, really appreciate it. Very kind of you both. Both those donations will be going into a special pot for my GPU upgrade.
Vueling 8527, contact Paris Center on 118.05. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 118.05, Vueling 8527. Center Vueling 8527 at flight level 360.
8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Yeah, I was simming on a laptop for a long time, and a Mac laptop at that. I bought my current system about, must be 3-4 years ago, because I was sick of my iPad, not my iPad, my iMac stuttering along with Prepared. So it's doing well. Oh, Intended Chaos, don't. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say about donations. They're lovely to receive, but they're not expected at all. So no one must ever feel like they're any less welcome because they haven't got the funds to donate or they've got better things to spend their money on. It's absolutely fine. Do you know, I used to build computers when I was a teenager and I loved it. And then I looked inside this one, which I didn't build myself. I got it from Wired to Fire. And everything's changed and I don't really feel like I know what I'm doing anymore. I feel like an old man all of a sudden. It's strange. I managed to install a new SSD and I was quite pleased with myself. But I'm looking at, considering what I might upgrade, and can I upgrade my processor on my current motherboard? I can't work it out. Will I be able to fit a latest generation graphics card into the slot my 1080 Ti's in? Don't know. It used to be you had PCI cards, you pushed them in, and I knew where I was, but it's changed. Old before my time. interested, does it? Yeah, do that, thanks. Yeah, I used to really enjoy it as well. There was a computer fair that happened once a week in a church hall near me, and I used to go along and have a look at what was around and pick a few bits up, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure I could learn again what I'm doing. And in fact, I'll have to when I get my new graphics card and see if I need to upgrade my motherboard or anything. Yeah, I think you're right, Tim. That's it in a nutshell. Yeah, or general chat, or wherever you want, really. I'm not fussed where it goes, does it? Post it in general chat. Do you know, I didn't even know I had a screenshot.
On 125.7. Have a good afternoon.
That's how tuned in I am to Discord.
125.7 Vueling 8527.
Oh, we're just to the east of Paris now, and if we can get a look at it.
Vueling 8527 at flight level 360.
No, too much cloud. You'll have to trust me, Paris is down here somewhere. Just over 500 nautical miles away from Barcelona now. We should be there in an hour and 10 minutes. Which will be, where are we now? 3 o'clock. Yeah, 10 past 4, something like that. That's fine. I was a little bit worried that if the winds were against us, then I might be late for work, but I won't be. Thanks, yeah, general chat works for me. Welcome back, Samsonite. How was your workout? Yeah, I'm certainly interested. So how will it change the photogrammetry? Just make it a bit clearer? A bit less melty? Is that the plan? Good, I'm glad it went well. We are just south of Paris. So we're about 2/3 of the way there. France. Pretty much, sorry, I've missed quite a few messages there, haven't I? Pretty much finds the building house, then smooths the sides until nearly flat. Oh, okay. That sounds like a really good idea. I'd love to give it a go when you've done. Mark, how much longer? I can tell you. Bear with me a second. About 1 hour and 7 minutes, apparently. How long till you'll be able to fly by yourself, Samsonite? Hello, JP37. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it does look beautiful, doesn't it? Ah, your pics are up. I'll go and have a little look at them. Oh, there's always thunderstorms since 2 patches ago. I don't know how accurate it is. Oh, very nice. I like your curved monitor as well. That looks... I've got an ultra-wide monitor, but I don't think it's as wide as that. Possibly not as high resolution either. It's only a 1080p, my monitor, I think. No, it's not. It's... what is it? 2080 by 1440? I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, are you going to get a PS5, Samsonite? Right, so my monitor resolution, for anyone who was waiting for me to actually get it right, is 2560 by 1080. This is real weather. nice. Oh, I hadn't even spotted the other monitor above it. That's a really good setup. Yeah, the thing is, I just sim in a corner of my living room, so I've got quite a small desk, and it doesn't really have room for anything else. It doesn't have room for a larger monitor, doesn't have room for a throttle quadrant. I could use a throttle quadrant, but it would be a bit cluttered. So one day my plan is to board out my loft and move my flight simming gear up there and have a bit more space. Yeah, I don't know, I noticed that as well, Tom. I don't know. I think that the registration comes with the livery, so I suspect someone has reskinned this into Vueling colours, but haven't, from a German airline, and haven't bothered to change this, or haven't known how to change it. Oh, you look okay. Well, 2560 by 1440 should be good. I don't know what my CPU's up to. I'm going to have a little look. I used to be so obsessed with frame rates and processor usage and that sort of thing. And when this sim came along, I decided I just wasn't going to look at it anymore. So I'm sort of fluctuating around 40% processor use, but that's not bad. I suppose, with flying and streaming and playing music at the same time. Oh, that's very handy. I will certainly be looking at IKEA if and when I do move up to my loft. I can't remember where I got this from. I think it was Wayfair. It was very cheap, but it looks alright. I've sort of got the conflicting demands of having a big beefy PC with a big screen and also wanting my living room to look quite nice and minimalist, you know. The longest flight I've ever done was Heathrow to Santiago de Chile, which I think is the longest flight that British Airways does, and I think it was about, I'll tell you how long it was actually, I'll look it up. Let's see, isn't it? It doesn't tell you how long it is. Hang on. Oh, here we are. Yes, it does. It was 15 hours, and I took off before bed, went to bed, got up, had breakfast, and landed. I didn't sit and stare at it the whole time. But I did that in the Quality Wings 787 in prepared, and it was incredibly satisfying. I have to say, even though I slept through most of it, there was something about getting up, the sim not having crashed, the plane not having crashed, and being able to complete the flight. Yeah, I used to like doing quite a lot of those overnight jaunts.
Vueling 8527 contact port.
I can see Mrs. Daz's point of view.
Enjoy.
Center on 124.05 Vueling 8527.
I look forward to seeing them in Intended Chaos. Oh, Samsonite, you're going to make your own desk and attach it to a wall.
Center Vueling
Nice.
8527 at flight level.
I'm not quite handy enough to do that, I don't think.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
And yeah, well, I'll keep. This is the MSFS creation Reddit, I presume, is it? Intended Chaos? So we've finished that music playlist. We're going to have whatever Epidemic Sounds comes up with when I type in Spanish guitar now. Get us in the mood for a bit of Barcelona life. No worries, Intendica. So it's lovely to see you, and yeah, sleep well. Hope to see you on another one. Thanks for the sub and the like. I work for the railway, does it? What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Cool. Sounds quite interesting. And that would explain why you're so capable of setting up, building your own computers as well. Oh, good for you, Kafel. Good. Am I pronouncing your name right? Should it be Kafel? Yeah, it's a more sensible flight as well. 3 hours is quite a long jaunt for me. You and me both, Samsonite. I've got three 12-hour nights from tonight through to Thursday morning. Oh, good, good. I'm pleased. Which part of Poland are you from? Shows what happens when you make assumptions. Yeah, I would have assumed it was there was some level of IT knowledge required for your work, but it's a very different thing, I suppose, isn't it? Selling products. Dan320, thank you for the subscription. Oh, bad luck. Are they 12-hour shifts, Samsonite, or shorter ones? Okay, cool. I know Poznan. I sort of know where it is. I haven't been. The only bits of Poland I visited are Warsaw and Krakow. Warsaw quite unintentionally because because I got deported basically from Belarus. My friends and I were going to take the Trans-Siberian Railway from Moscow to Beijing, and we got the train from London all the way to Moscow, but we failed to realise we needed a transit visa, so we ended up back in, what was it called, Tiraspol, on the border, on the Polish border, and the very helpful border policeman helped us get back to Warsaw so we could sort our visas out. Quite an interesting experience. Oh yes, I can imagine, yeah. I was very reluctant to even open the case on my computer for that same reason, let alone do anything to it. But it's old enough now that I would probably, well, I have given it a go, you know, I've installed a SSD. What's TLOU2?
527, good afternoon. Radar contact. Vueling 8527, contact Marseille Center on 130.85. Have a nice day.
Center on 130.85.
Oh, did you? Same sort of thing with visas.
Center Vueling 8527 at flight level 360.
527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Ah, okay, I've never played it. Probably because I don't have a console. Looks quite good though. Do you know, when we got taken off the train and had our passports confiscated, we were umming and ahhing about whether we should just offer the police money. And we sort of thought, yeah, that's probably what you do here. But we also thought if we're wrong, we could end up getting locked up or shot, so we didn't do it. But I'll know for next time. Yeah, we were there for about 4 hours, I think, something like that. And yeah, I would certainly take the plane next time. Do you know, I wish it was available for PC. I've just read about it on Wikipedia, and I'd give it a go if it was out for PC. Oh, that at least makes it a bit easier, I suppose. Was it expensive? I imagine they wanted a fair amount. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed Luton Gdansk. Yeah. Or rather, Gdansk Luton, wasn't it? My downstairs neighbour is from near Gdansk, and yeah, she sells it very well. I'd quite like to visit one day. Is that true, Pablo? Oh, good. Do you know, the honest truth is I am really, really rubbish at most computer games. I used to play a lot of the Tom Clancy games when I was at uni with my flatmate, and I enjoyed that. But I enjoyed it because it was something we did together. We sat around the same PC and had a go at different, missions and that. But I'm just hopeless at them. I really am. The only thing I can actually do properly in terms of PC gaming is flying. And even that, there are those who would argue with. Sopot, that is where she's from. That's where my neighbour is from. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to go. Yeah, I guess that's the risk, isn't it, with going somewhere it's basically as north, if not more so, in the UK. You're very at the mercy of the elements, even in summer. Oh, that does sound good, yeah. Well, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get an old second-hand console and give it a go. Mind you, I am quite a jumpy person with computer games. It's probably one of the reasons why I wasn't very good at Ghost Recon or what's the one where you have to be really stealthy the whole time? It's another Tom Clancy game. Anyway, whichever. I just used to... If something would make me jump, and I'd do something really stupid like lighting a flare or... I'm not good under pressure when I'm scared. I used to play quite a lot of text adventure games when I was a child. I had an old Atari, and yeah, I used to enjoy those. Oh, we seem to be getting in the Christmas mood. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of Christmas songs on this playlist. Maybe we'll have something else. Yeah, I could get a second PS4. That's not a bad idea. It's a good sign if they're making a movie of it. I don't know Division. And my god, yeah, I don't think I could play a horror game in VR. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't be able to ever sleep again. Oh yes, I had a Lord of the Rings game on the Atari. Or was it The Hobbit? It might have been The Hobbit. But that was... Yeah, I used to love that sort of thing. Yeah, I am quite jumpy with scary movies, yeah. I'm not too bad. It depends on the type of scary movie, really. Yeah, not sure. Some of them, like even some really stupid, bad scary movies make me jump out of my skin. But other scary movies that are quite good, that have a decent plot, and get under your skin, I'm not that scared about. So I've got quite a childlike sense of scariness. Mossy, hello, welcome. How are you? Yeah, I don't think I would, Pepper. I don't think I would. I haven't heard of Uncharted. Yeah, we're going for some Spanish vibes. Get us in the mood for the landing in Barcelona. Yeah, I do get sweaty palms if there's a bit of a crosswind. The longer the flight, the more intense it is as well. I'm gonna look up this Uncharted. Like I say, I'm so bad at most games that it would have to be a very, very cheap second-hand PS4. Yeah, it does look quite good. It does look quite good. Right, where are we now? South of France. Flight Attendant Joe, thank you for the follow. Nice to see you here. Oh, and on Twitch as well. No one follows me on Twitch. Thank you.
AP1.
Check.
I thought I was in drone mode, but I wasn't. I was in external camera, so I just pulled the stick back, disconnected the autopilot. That's the point, yeah. Wait till the PS5 comes out. Good call. Do you really got full Steam library? Is that because you buy them in sales, or just impulsive? No, fair enough. Doesn't pay to rush in. Oh right, that is the sign of a good game if it bears a second run through. Yes, yes, I think I can actually, Mark. Let me have a look. I just have to set some things up to do that. Yeah, I'll show you on Navigraph. I think it varies from country to country, Cathal, but it sort of depends if it mostly depends if you're going mostly east or mostly west. But I can't remember off the top of my head what the rules are in Europe, I'm afraid.
Vueling 8527 expect the Alba 1 Whiskey arrival with the Alba transition for the ILS approach to runway 25 right with the CLI 1W transition at Joseph Tarradellas El Prat after PPG cleared direct Alba.
Here you are, this is the where we are.
Whiskey arrival with the Alba transition for the ILS approach.
If I change this to world map, it'll be clearer. So we're just over the south of France, coming up to Montpellier. This is our route.
Vueling 8527 contact Marseille Center on 130.85. Have a good afternoon.
Right, I'm sort of not listening to them at the moment. I should get back and check what they said. So we want the Alba 1 Whiskey arrival, ILS 25 right. Set that up down here.
Radar contact.
We'll hand over control to our co-pilot while we do that.
You have control.
I have control.
Which ILS did they say? ILS approach to 25 right. No, they didn't say. I'm going to assume we want the Yankee. Alba 1 Whiskey via CLE. That's correct. That's our first approach waypoint. So we'll insert that. No. The A320 isn't quite up to date. They do update the nav data, but there are certain approaches and things that are often not quite right or missing still. I used the Navigraph beta data for a time, but that caused new problems. It was more up to date and accurate, but yeah, I did have issues with it. Right, if we go into our NCDU menu, we'll get the latest weather for Barcelona, and we will use that to set up for our arrival. Got a company message notification up there, which tells us that weather should have arrived. So, wind is 220 at 9 knots. Temperature's 19. QNH is 1021. So we'll go back to our performance page, go through to the approach, and put all that in here, 1021. Temperature 19, wind 220 at 9, transition altitude will be via ATC, and I'll get my approach plate up to check the...
527 descend to cross Albert at flight level 190, then descend via the Alba 1 Whiskey arrival with the Albert transition to flight level 065 QNH is 1013 at Joseph Tarradellas El Prat.
We'll cross Alba at flight level 190, then descend via the L1.
So we'll be starting our descent shortly. We're not in a desperate rush to get down to 190. We've got a fair way to go still.
1013 Vueling 8527.
ILS 25 right. ILS Yankee. So the Cat 1 ILS decision altitude for Cat C aircraft is 235. Good. Last thing we need to do is set our auto brakes. I'm going to use medium because it seems to struggle to slow down since a couple of updates ago. And we'll just start our descent to flight level 190. Start off in managed mode, see how it does. I had Orbia prepared and it was quite good, as I recall. I just didn't get much use out of it. I probably will review it, but I've got a bit of a backlog, so it might take me, I don't know, a week or so, maybe a little more. Right, I'm going to fade out the music so I can concentrate, because it's incredibly loud through my headphones. Good, that's that done. We'll turn on some anti-ice because we will be going through that cloud layer. And I need to get up the approach plate as well. Which now I've worked out how to display Navigraph on the computer and in the stream, I should be able to show you. Which one was it again? Alba 1 Whiskey. Alba 1 Whiskey. There we are. So we need to be, according to the approach plate, at or below flight level 250 at Alba, which is fine because they've told us to cross it at 190. Let me bring it up, hold on. Let's see how well this works. Right, so here we are. This is the Alba 1 Whiskey. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm not going to show you that because it's got my name on the side of it. I've just realised. But you got a little gist of it. You can Google Alba 1 Whiskey. I'm sure there's a free version online somewhere. But basically, it's a straight line down, and then we get to Charlie Lima Echo, which is our initial approach fix. And then we do a sort of a parallel upwind leg and then a bit of a dog leg round. I think. CLE. Yes, that's right. So we can expect vectors from BL427. We'll go to Tebler. They may clear us direct to Tebler, and then we'll start our approach. So all looking good so far. Take back control now.
I have control.
You have control.
And once we get below our transition level, we'll run the approach checklist. And I just have to go and get my tracker. I won't be long. Right. All set up.
VY8527 contact Marseille Center on 120.75. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 120.75 Vueling 8527. Center Vueling 8527 descending to flight level 065.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Right, so this is what we're going to be doing. This is the start of our star, Alba. And you see we're just coming down here, approaching the border with Spain. So we'll be heading south, and we'll be making a right turn, a left turn and another left turn, and then joining our final approach down here. So pretty similar, for those of you who are familiar with it, with the approaches to Heathrow from the east. Now, quite how it'll go with this aircraft I don't know, because that sort of S-curve approach sometimes causes it problems, but we'll see, should be okay. Looks sort of okay from what I can see there. And we're just getting the beginnings of a sunset, which is very nice. Oh, I should get rid of that window, really, shouldn't I? Not used to having other things open in front of the sim. That's interesting. It's stopped our descent at flight level 200. It must have an incorrect constraint in it, I guess. No? 199, yes. What about if I put 190 in there? These constraints keep getting better and better, but they're not quite there yet. So we want to be 190 there, 190 at Alba. And then at CLE we want to be at 10,000 feet.
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
I wonder if we can delete these constraints, because they're nonsense. No, so you still can't delete a constraint. But at least you can have an absolute constraint rather than one with a plus or a minus. That's something. Let's try making this 100 as well. Doesn't matter if we get there a bit early. No, we can't change that one. Well, that's alright. We'll just have to go into managed altitude mode if it starts doing weird things. Oh, really, Mac? That's worrying. I hope the same doesn't happen today. Was that with the Latin VFR scenery? Yeah, I gathered it wasn't you. The purpose of the S-curve approach, I assume, is to allow spacing between aircraft and also for them to maintain a higher altitude. So you descend as you go along the S-curve. So it's essentially like a base leg, but it makes it a bit longer to give you more time to get down. The ones at Heathrow are sort of a proper S shape. This one is not. I don't think you'd necessarily call it an S-curve approach. This is just my language. I don't know if it has a proper term. This is more of a box that you're drawing in the sky. Oh, look at that. Where are we? Just coming up to Perpignan. This lake is known as Étang de Lucat. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. I hope they're helping you to resolve it. I wonder what that airport is down there. LFMP. Doesn't mean anything to me off the top of my head. Perpignan Rivesaltes Airport. As well as Aéroport de Perpignan. Cool. I don't know, Samson. I was thinking maybe Barcelona to Nantes in France, because I haven't flown in there yet. Plus the only two airports in Spain I've scenery for are Barcelona and Madrid. Could maybe do a flight to Madrid, if they fly the A320 on that route, I'm not sure. I do sometimes get the game crashing to desktop Mac, yeah I do. Hasn't happened for a while if I'm honest, but the last stream I did where that happened was when we were flying from Cairo to Dubai, and it was just as we were, well, a similar point in the flight to this really, descending, and very nearly there, and it was very upsetting. So the next stream will probably be on Thursday afternoon, similar time. I studied French up to A-levels, so I used to speak it quite well. Now I don't, but I can at least have a good bash of pronunciation. I lived in Paris briefly after that as well. Well, what I do is I import my flight plan from SimBrief into Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that sorts the FMC out. It doesn't tend to have any missing legs, and then I copy and paste that same flight plan into SimBrief, and they tend to match up. There's a new Italian scenery, Samsonite, is there? Oh, the Alibia Costa Brava, yeah. I don't own it. I might get it. I don't imagine there are any flights there from Barcelona. I might be wrong. I'll have a little look. So we can descend to flight level 100 now after Alba. I think Nantes will probably be the next one.
8527 contact Barcelona control on 119.45. Have a good one.
Center on 119.45 Vueling 8527.
But I might do what I did with Barcelona, what I did with Vienna with Barcelona. I might do a few flights from Barcelona before we move on.
Flight level 065.
Vueling 8527, good afternoon. Radar contact.
So we want to be no faster than 250 by the time we get to this waypoint here. I'm going to give it another go. Oh, what am I doing? And see if this obeys speed constraints yet. No, not yet implemented. That's alright, we'll get down to 10,000 and reduce the speed manually. Do you have a Navigraph subscription, Mbekmom? That might be it. So I keep my nav data up to date with Navigraph, including in Pilot to ATC. Mark, thank you for the sub. Nice to see you here. No, well, I'm not on VATSIM at the moment, Matt. I'm using Pilot to ATC. I do fly on VATSIM from time to time. Haven't yet done a stream with VATSIM. That will happen one day, but it'll probably be an evening flight when there's more likely to be a reasonable number of controllers on. So now, for example, if I was on... Oh, there is Barcelona approach online. But there wasn't any control on at Gothenburg when we left. So I tend to prefer having full control from end to end if possible. And if that means using an offline ATC program, then so be it. Yeah, there's nothing to stop you. I think you have to subscribe, but there's nothing to stop you subscribing for a month to Navigraph, updating all your nav data and then cancelling the subscription. I'm actually one cycle out of date at the moment anyway, because I realised it had been updated too late for this flight. Yeah, we don't want to stop at 12,000. So we'll use selected altitude mode to make it ignore the heights that it thinks we should be at. I could try and change that, I suppose. But I'd rather just clear it, because there is no constraint here at all in the arrival route. Okay, and we can bring our speed back to 250 knots now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There's really no rush to lose this last 1,000 feet. I've been talking too much this flight, losing my voice. This is Girona Costa Brava Airport down here. So after Katea VOR, which is this one here, we can continue descending to 6,500. And then presumably we'll be cleared for further descent while we're on that little, this little wiggle bit. Beautiful round here, isn't it? Have you been, Samsonite? Nice. Looks very pretty. Yeah, Alicante is... it's quite a lot further south, actually. I'll show you. So we're here, and Alicante is down here. So we've got Valencia in between. I like Valencia a lot, actually. I've been there. Actually, I tell a lie, we can descend further beyond this waypoint here. This is where we have a firm 10,000 foot constraint. What's the aircraft doing? What's it doing? Won't let us go direct to CLE. Or maybe it is. I don't know what's going on now. Oh yes, it will let us go direct to CLE. That was weird, wasn't it? Oh dear. Well, Mac, I've just experienced exactly the same thing. It's a .NET framework error. Ah, dear. I wonder what that's about. I did a couple of approaches there when I was doing the review, and I didn't have any trouble. Well, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give up on that because I don't have time. Yeah, the sim crashed. And because I've got to do a night shift, I don't really have time to try and make it pick up where we left off. So that's really disappointing. After all that, after 3 hours of flying. Oh well, these things happen. And worse things happen at sea and all that. I think what I'll do is I will try and get this fixed, not on stream. I'll try and work out what happened, see if I can make the approach work or not. But yeah, it's interesting that Mac was saying it had exactly the same thing happen on approach to Barcelona. And if it happens again, then I'll get in touch with the developer and see if it can be sorted out. It might not be anything to do with their scenery, we just don't know. But yeah, disappointing, obviously. I'll say goodbye. And I'll see you again on Thursday, and we'll have a go at a different flight. And hopefully it'll go better. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Much appreciated. I've enjoyed your company. I've enjoyed the chat. And hopefully the next flight will have a happier ending. Oh, glad you enjoyed the stream, Dazza. I did, right up until that point there. So yes, thanks for coming, and I'll see you again soon on Philbert Flies. I'll schedule the next stream in my Discord and on YouTube when I've firmed up what I'm doing. And this is interesting, Chris. Do you have the Latin VFR scenery though? I'm just trying to work out if it's to do with that or if it's a sim thing. Oh, sorry, I misread it. You said not in Barcelona. Okay. Well, one of those things. Yep, I'll see you all on Thursday. Enjoy your week until then. See you soon. Bye-bye.